Well, good morning. We're having a good day today. Me and the puppy dogs having a really good walk. Very beautiful day to take a walk. Like clouds out, no wind, but cool. It's only just down turning 70 degrees, so it was about 68 or 69 when we were walking. I want to have a little coffee, get my day started. So, again, we talk about interface, about talking to the AI or having it interact with us. This is actually brought up that on a podcast I listen to. It's mostly a business podcast. They talk about business and it's mostly technology and startups, although they do dabble in large economic effects as well. But one of the people on that show uh, drove the fact that Google has probably the best AI. Probably. It's hard to judge the AIs because the tests and stuff like that can be gamed. And what do tests mean? Um, but he said where they're really struggling is engagement, how to get people to use their AI. And I ran into this myself. I signed up for a free 30 days with uh, Google Gemini Pro. I gotten was getting close to the end of the 30 days, and it was like, well, do you want to continue? And I'm like, why should I? I don't know what it did. I and the little things I thought it would do, it didn't seem to do. I asked it to uh, take a message that my wife sent and make a appointment on my calendar, and it said sure. And then I looked, and the appointment wasn't there. There's a lot of little things that it seemed like either it was not doing or things that you would assume it could do that it wasn't able to do it. And the worst part was it had that positive response. Not you don't have this enabled, or I have to have certain permissions, or um, I'm sorry, that's not available at this time. It actually said, okay, done. Anyway, my one experience was pretty poor. When you compare that to my experience with uh, ChatGPT and Grok and Claude, all those experiences have been very positive. Uh, ChatGPT has one of the best memory systems of all the AIs that I've been working with. It's really good at, I shouldn't say it's really good, it's better than the rest. There are some holes, but overall, it's good at remembering critical information and keeping that as part of our conversation. It also is pretty good at voice. Uh, its voice stuff is pretty good, and that's always fun. That's a fun factor. So ChatGPT is pretty fun. Number two is Grok. Grok is very fun, and it always feels like it's a little bit better at things like news, situations. context that has to do with things that have been happening in the world. Uh, Seems to be pretty good at that. It also seems is a little more fun. It's a little behind ChatGPT on the fun factor, but it seems to be the second place person. Claude is by far the best coding companion that I could have. In fact, I need to get back to Claude. There's a lot of things you have to do to get engagement. I, my dog is chasing a squirrel. She is very engaged. But his point was that even though you're the best, engagement is critical. And that is one of the things that I wonder what's going to happen with a lot of stuff in AI. Because you can have a good product and it can fail just because of engagement. Um, I remember all kinds of technical battles that got won or lost based on not really the logic, but more mass appeal or people getting momentum into a technology. One of the classics is VHS versus beta. Um, I saw both of them in action because I had um a friend of mine that had a beta, and it was much better technology. But the VHS had already got that momentum. And then there's things like DVDs. When Blu-ray came out, there was a tussle between Blu-ray and a more open format. Sony was able to lock down Blu-ray by not only adding it to their uh, PlayStation, but also locking in a bunch of content. So they cornered some of the content market and made people really want a Blu-ray player because that's how they could get their movies and stuff. It'd be interesting to know now that a lot of stuff is more open. I mean, because people don't care as much how much they spent on uh, their Blu-ray push, because I don't think it was cheap. But I don't know how they recovered their money. I'm sure it's through royalties. But anyways, my whole point of the matter is it's interesting to see engagement and how you can do it. So in our technological fight for supremacy, we always have to remember it's a little bit of love and a lot of uh, showmanship gets you the products out there that people want. All right. Well, Luna is having too much fun with her balls, so I'm going to head and set, and we'll talk to you guys later. Get that Betamax player back out.